Hi everyone, this is the tutorial for Goodbye Never Felt So Bad by James Bay. My name's Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. Now we need a capo on fret 1 to make this the easiest. If you're in need of a capo, there's a link in the description to one on Amazon that I think is really good. In fact, it's the same one as this, so check that out. However, the first chord we need for the introduction is a G major chord. There's a really quiet part where he sings and it's just the guitar before the full song kicks in. And we strum that G major chord once, which is 3, 2, 0, 0. Then you can either play a 3 or a 0 on the B string, and then a 3 on the top string. Those numbers are in reference to the capo, not the actual nut of the guitar. So after you've played the G once, we go to D major, which is 0, 2, 3, 2. On the bottom 4 strings. You can also use the image on the screen to help. We then have a C major chord. 3 on the A string, 2 on the D, 0 on the B, 0 on the G, 1 on the B, and then a 0 on the E string. Now those 3 chords get you through the very start of the song. It's a really small part. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. And then the full song kicks in, there's a big drum solo. And then the next part comes in. So the next part is still the introduction, it's just a band introduction, and we start strumming some chords. And those chords are similar chords to what we've already played. G major, D major, E minor is next, which is 0 on the E, 2, 2 on the A and D strings, 0, 0, 0 on the G, B, D strings. And then it goes to C major. So just to go over that again, it's G major, D major, E minor, C major. Then it almost repeats. G, D. Then it jumps to a C chord and we get some big stabs, some big hits. You can listen to the track for those stabs, so it's just the C major chord. There is a lead guitar part over the top playing a small riff, but the chords behind it, which is what this video focuses on, is the C chord. Things then quiet down for the verse. Now the verse has basically the same chords as the parts I've just shown you, however what they do is palm mute it. And the strumming for that means that this kind of part of your hand here is going to be touching the strings to get that muted sound. And we start with G major and focus on the main lower strings, the 4 main lower strings. So G to D, E minor, and C. Then it goes G, D, C major, C major again. Now, there's a lot of chords going on there, so if you would like to get the chords with the lyrics matching up, then head on over to Patreon, there's a link in the description. You can also get a chord chart of this song as well, so it's just the chords with the correct structure and the correct order, so yeah, check that out. However, moving on to the chorus, when things get lively again, we have a very similar part, but we start strumming, and I'm going to talk about the strumming in just a moment. However, the chords, just to properly go over it, is G, D, E minor, C. Now we repeat those 3 times before we then go to G, D, C, and C again. So strumming wise, throughout a lot of this, you've got this down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Slowly that is down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. And I'm stressing a couple. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. So the second verse is almost a direct repeat of the first verse, but there is a difference and there's a new chord that comes into play. So let's go through it. So the second verse starts off with G major, palm muted, D major, E minor, C. So pretty much the same as the first. G again, D, C, C again. Then it goes G, D, E minor, C. But then G, D, here's the change, A minor, C. So on that fourth kind of section of that verse, we have a G to D, A minor, then the C chord. And A minor is an open A string, 2 and 2 on the D and G string, 1 on the B, open E string. So that is how we end the verse. So yeah, maybe write these chords down, or if you don't want to potentially make a mistake, head on over to Patreon and you'll get it properly there. However, after that, we then have a chorus. Thankfully, pretty much the same as the first chorus. In fact, it is the same. We then get a small link that links us into the bridge, and that is different again. However, the first part of the link is kind of what we've already seen before. G major, D, E minor, C. But then we have G, D, and then 2 lots of A minor. And that will lead us into the next part of the song. And that new part is the bridge section, sometimes called the middle 8 or the middle section, and that's where things definitely change. We start off with a C major chord. We have 2 lots of that, in fact, before it goes to a B minor, which is where we're going to have a bar chord, so a barred finger on the fret, 2 frets up from the capo, and then 5 and 5 here, and then 4 on that finger there. So that shape you can see on the screen, and that is going to play around twice. So we have, up to now, C major, then again, B minor. We then go up to A minor, twice, and then G twice. It then almost repeats. C, B minor, A minor, but instead of going to C, D major. And that ends the bridge. After that point, we've got a chorus. Thankfully, that chorus is the same as the other few choruses that we've had. We then have a big outro, and I'm just going to talk through the chords, I won't play it. So you have G, D, E minor, C, G, D, 2 lots of C. And then everything I've just said, do it again, and that ends the song. So yeah, there are quite a few different sections to this, all kind of slightly different from each other of sorts, and lots of repetition in certain parts as well. So yeah, if you want to get the chords for that, it's probably best to go down to Patreon. However, if you like that, please like and subscribe. I also want to say thank you to the people on the screen, because they made it worthwhile. They support me every month. Really helped out the channel, especially when I edit this silly face. However, thank you very much for watching. I shall see you in the next video.